Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the June edition of our Tech Summit. Happy New Month to everyone. I hope everyone is as excited as I am that, we are starting another month today. May this month, be a very good month for us all, by God's grace. So, I can see that we are very proactive people. They're already saying hello to themselves. Yes, one of the things we are going to do today is to network, and get to meet each other. But before we get right into it, right? Let's share this meeting link that we used in joining with our friends, with our families, with our communities, our groups. Let's get more people to come benefit from what we have to discuss today. I'm going to try to make today's session as interactive as possible. So please indulge me. I'm going to be asking lots of questions and I'll be expecting swift responses as well because I don't want to talk to myself. I want to network with you guys, talk to you guys, So we'll start with the introductions. For those who do not know me, my name is Rukayat, also known as Ruki, and I'm the CEO and founder of RKY Careers. So I'd like to meet each and every one of you virtually, of course. So we're going to use the chat box because I'm sure if I allow each person here today to unmute themselves to speak, we won't leave here. We won't leave the introduction stage. We'll probably still be introducing ourselves, till like later in the evening. So please let's use the chat box, our names, the city we are joining from, and what we do currently. During this introduction phase as well, feel free to turn on your videos. I'm happy to look at, I don't want to be the only one on display, as I can see Patrick here with me. I'd like to see more people as well. So our names, the city we are joining from, and what we do currently. Thanks, Bosu, Olatu Bosu as well for joining me. When this presentation starts, we can turn off our cameras and focus on the slides. But at this moment, let's get to see each other. So please, the chat box, our names, our city, and what we do currently. Don't forget to share this meeting link, as I said, in your communities, your group, your school group, your, all those groups that we are all a part of. Mom in UK, bros in UK, tech in UK, this in UK, that's in US, wherever it is you're joining from, drop the meeting link and encourage people to join the session as well. Right, so let's get right into the introduction for the day. I have MD Rokon Udin. I hope I pronounced that properly. Joining from London, UK, currently studying Masters in Data Analytics. Welcome and nice to meet you, Rokon Udin. Fadele Oluwafemi Iyanu David. Wow. Nice to meet you, Fadele Oluwafemi Iyanu David, joining from Lagos, an IT project manager. Welcome and nice to meet you. Miracle Chikezirim, Peak Wave Planner, Derby. Nice to meet you, Miracle. My name is Love Ojuolakpe, Stowe Markets, UK, studying Masters in Project Management. Nice to meet you and welcome, Love. Thank you, Ruki. Yeah, you're welcome, Rokon. Sharon from Manchester. I'm pursuing a master's in artificial intelligence. Welcome, Sharon. Please, let's keep the introduction coming. I'd like to meet as many people as possible, right, in this session today. We're using the chat box for those just joining to introduce ourselves, right? Our city and also what we do currently. Either you're students, or you have a role, somewhere. Ifoma from Glasgow. Welcome, Ifoma. Durojaye Adeife from Preston. Welcome, Durojaye. Lucky Gabriel from Manchester, UK. Welcome, Lucky, studying business analytics. Fumi Bello from the UK. Welcome, everyone. Olatubosu, as he is based in Bristol City, UK. Welcome, Olatubosu. Recently graduated MSc Data Science. Welcome, everyone. It's going to be an exciting session today because we're going to be talking about everything tech, why tech, how to transition to tech, and where in particular to, transition to in tech. The how, the why, the where, the which, all those questions is what we're going to be covering today. Right, I've taken as much introduction as probably time will permit, because it looks like, people don't want to, introduce themselves. So I've got Paul Adelokai. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your names, the way originally is meant to be pronounced. Forgive me in advance. Titilayo Agbeye, joining from Cardiff, Wales, recently graduated in Masters in Advanced Computer Science. Welcome and thanks for joining, Titilayo. Right, so let's get, and I think we've, the usual practice is to use about 10 minutes, to like get to meet each other, introduce ourselves. So, right, I don't know, please confirm if you can also see my screen as well. Thank you. Eli Johanna from Southend-on-Sea, Essex, UK, Masters in Compliance. Welcome, Eli or Eli. So I'm going back to my slides now, and probably after we take a pause or something, I'll read more introductions. So please feel free to still keep dropping your introductions in the chat box, right, while we proceed. So today, like I said, we are here to talk about everything tech. Why should we have tech skills? How can we have or get the tech skills? Which tech skills should we be getting? That's what we are here to talk about today. So today, like I said, with you is Rookie, the CEO of RKY Careers. And who is RKY Careers? RKY Careers is a UK-based tech company that empowers international professionals, students, and even local professionals as well, to gain competitive skills to stand out in the job market, to gain in-demand skills, to transition to tech, and to elevate their careers and stand out in the job market. In the last 12 months, we boast of over 1,000 plus success stories of people who have used our services, enrolled in our boot camps, and landed their desired jobs across different roles. We understand the unique challenges faced by international students, because there's nobody that is best to guide you on a journey other than those that have actually passed through that journey, right? Because they know your unique challenges, they know how best to navigate it, either also because they've experienced the same as well. Right, how do we do this? How have we gotten these 1,000 success stories and counting, really, right? Through our trainings and our services. Our trainings, we offer boot camps in data analysis and business intelligence, project management, business analysis, Scrum Master, product owner, compliance, KYC, as well as Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. We also offer standalone services for those who might already be in tech or who just want, branding related services in CV optimization, career advisory, interview preparation, LinkedIn optimization, and professional portfolio building. Right, so let's talk about tech. I'm sure there's a reason why you are in this session today, right? And I'm sure that reason is related to tech, right? Before we get started, what is our opinion about tech? Of course, we know that there's a lot of noise about tech. When you turn left, it's tech. When you turn right, it's tech. But what is your own, in one word, what's your opinion of tech? What do you think about tech? So we're going to be using the chat box a lot. So when I throw questions open like that, please let's use the chat box to drop as many responses so I can read out as many responses as possible, before we proceed as well, because of course, time is also of the essence. So while I'm waiting for responses to my question, I'm going to read out more introductions that I've dropped. I have Jide Aremu joining from Southampton, MSc Engineering Management, Femi Sonny, Sheffield, completed Masters in Financial Management, Eunice from Wolverhampton, MSc International Business. Right, so my question, let me repeat it again because it looks like people didn't get me. If you were to describe tech in your own opinion, not what I mean, based on what you see, you hear or see, how will you describe tech for you? What is tech to you, or what does tech mean to you? Adesoji has gone first. He said revolutionary. Thanks for that. So can I get more? Oh, Madu Madua Buchuku says, tech means technology. Of course. Femi Sunny says, leveraging on tech for business optimization. Interesting. Olatubosu says, new oil. Tech is the new oil. Fantastic. I love those very diverse and, very factual opinions. Do we have more people? Someone says tech is money. Of course. Right, tech is money. You're so right, Ayobami. Right, so okay, I think I've taken as much, I think I've taken enough opinion. So I'll go back to my slides now. So, why should we transition to tech? Why should we transition to tech? Tech for predicting the future. Lucky, thanks for that. Jide says knowledge. Thanks for that. Eunice says tech is the most realistic way to remain relevant. I think you guys can even take over the presentation for today because you guys are like, thank you for your contribution. Thank you for that. Right. In your own opinion, without looking at my slides, right, why do you think we should transition to tech? Of course, I think even the question I asked before, someone says money. Of course, if something is going to give us money, there's no need to even know why it gave me, right? New oil. Everybody wants to mine oil, right? So, but I would like to get more contributions, probably from people that didn't contribute earlier, or even from them as well, because it looks like those ones are my besties for today. So why do you think, we need to transition to tech? I think I would start from Eunice's response. Tech is the most realistic way to remain relevant. That's very accurate, even for this question as well. Do we have more people contributing to that? Like I said, today's session is going to be very interactive. Please don't kill my spirits. Let's keep the vibes up, the way it is right now. Open eye. Jude says open eye. Fantastic. Thank you for that. More flexible working options. Thank that. You're so right. If you want to work, if you don't want to run after boss every day of your life, you probably need to transition and change jobs to like a more remote and flexible, and tech kind of guarantees that. So thanks for that, Eunice. Very, very spot on. Agbeye Titilayo says for more opportunities. Very true. In tech, there are unlimited opportunities to explore. Right. Because of the opportunities it opens. Henry, you are so right as well. Thank you for your responses so far. Right. So, as you can see on my screen, why should we transition to tech? You guys have actually answered it. First of all, the demand is booming right now, either for tech as a role or tech as a skill. Tech-related roles are very much in demand. Even roles that were not tech-inclined before, right? They now have their tech versions where they have their technical versions of it, where you have to actually get to use tools, use technical tools. But guess what? What is even tech? Tech is no longer coding or programming or, tech is now like ability to be adaptable, to be agile, to learn fast, to drive change, to accept change, use new tools, learn new tools. That is all tech is about these days. Because the thing is that those tools themselves, they are not static, they are changing. So Excel might be it today. Of course, Excel has been, let me not use Excel. But yeah, it could be this particular tool today. But tomorrow there might be another tool that will disrupt. But what makes you to continue to be a tech savvy person is your ability to learn new tools upon new tools as they keep changing and disrupting the markets. But guess what? The demand for tech is ever growing. Why? Because based on what you've said, flexible admin. Sorry, somebody just sent a mail that they're unable to use the link to join the meeting. So if you can respond to that mail and maybe other related mails, please let's send the meeting links to them. The meeting link to them. So talking about the demand, right? A lot of companies exist to make profits. Not all, right? Some companies exist for non-profit reasons. But for those that want to make profit, even those that don't want to make profits, they want their processes to be efficient, right? They want to have less expenses because regardless of whether you make profit or not, you still want to keep your expenses really low, right? And to do this, you can only do this by optimizing your processes, removing redundancies, right? using the agile way of doing things rather than wasting resources on things that might not eventually work. It's better to iterate and, change faster when it looks like a particular process or tool or skill or whatever is not working. So tech will always continue to be in demand. Companies are looking for better ways to do things, better ways, more ways to make money, and also save costs. Right, diverse fields. So unlike some roles where, for instance, to get into that role, you need to have certification, and when you have this certification, you probably can't use that certification in another country, or you can't use that certification in another jurisdiction, even within the same country. That does not apply in tech. Tech is skill-based rather than jurisdiction-based. There are diverse fields you can explore. You can start your journey as a business analyst today, in the same company, grow into a product manager, grow into a Scrum Master. There are diverse fields. It's not even one, programming is just programming, right? Of course, there are different languages. However, in tech, there are so many roles, from project management to business analysis to cybersecurity to Scrum to products. There are so many roles to explore. So it doesn't put you in a box. And even some of these roles are so interrelated that you don't even need any other special training or certification to move from role to role, right? Keeping you, very relevant in the market regardless of your job title. Competitive salaries. This one does not need any explanation, right? Tech is not part of those roles that will pay you £10 per hour, or pay you £9 per hour. It's not a minimum wage. Tech roles are not minimum wage roles. They are more high paying roles. Even if you start at a low salary, for a start, there's that guarantee that you can actually grow into even getting up to 6 figures at some point. I know a lot of contractors that get paid 1K a day, that get paid 600 a day. There are even so many of our alumni that get jobs that pay them up to £400 a day, £500 a day. And if you calculate this into a per annum basis, I'm sure you know that it's actually way over 100. And we have lots of our alumni as well who have just finished their boot camps and landed jobs in the range of 70K, 60K, 40K, 50K. Right. And this you can only get with tech, not even in this era where you need to actually command a high salary or be in a career path that does so for you to be able to gain certain privileges. For instance, you want to get a very good mortgage, right? You need to be in a career path that is, paying you a very good amount of money, right? Because we all know that if you want to get a mortgage, I think the value of mortgage you can get is just about ×4 of your salary or thereabouts. So if your salary is 20K or thereabouts, you can only get a mortgage of, I'm sure you already know what ×4 of that is. But you can do it jointly. Let's not move into mortgages now. But that's just an example. Talk about visa sponsorship as well. We all know what's, the ever-changing policies, around visa sponsorship is. If you want to get visa sponsorship, right, you need to earn a certain amount of money. How many roles or companies are actually willing to pay those amount of money as salaries, if not companies that are actually making lots of money, which are like tech companies or tech roles, because of how in demand they are as well, right? There are some roles that you can't even justify why you need to employ somebody, for instance, from outside the UK. Say, for instance, you have a customer service role and you have somebody you want to sponsor from, maybe, let's say, Nigeria, because I see a lot of Lagos, Port Harcourt here. How would you justify that you placed adverts? Because, to sponsor somebody from outside the country, you need to actually show evidences that you've tried to recruit them from within, but you were not able to get someone good enough. But for some roles, they're just so basic that anybody can even do it without, even they don't need people that are graduates to do them. So that's why roles in tech, because of how technical they are, right? And how technical they are sometimes, right? You can't easily replace, people that have such skills, anyhow. Future-proofing your career. Of course, your career, in this era, you need to future-proof your career. You can't stay in a tool that is still being used, that was used in 2000. Now that we're in 2024, you can see how artificial intelligence has changed everything. Now imagine if they ask you what's artificial intelligence and you don't even know what it means. So you need to future-proof your career. There's still more things to come to disrupt. You need to be continuous improvements, ever learning. You need to have that mindset. And again, talking about future-proofing your career, there are so many people that have used their tech skills to not only move to the UK, but to also use it even across other, across other countries as well. Almost all countries these days have a visa called tech visa, talent visa, digital nomad visa. All these visas are extended to people who have tech skills and for a certain list of roles. Right. So I think, just this few, in addition to the ones that you guys already provided, is enough reason for you to transition or consider transitioning to tech. So what are those transferable skills that are valuable in tech? Because I know that you guys are from different backgrounds based on your introduction, right? Some of you, are compliance professionals or are this and that based on, I'm trying to remember the introductions I read now. There are some skills you already have that puts you in a good position to actually transition to tech. And probably when some of the guests we have today will be sharing their success story. When they share their success story with you, you will see how those transferable skills I've been mentioning today also came into play in addition to the tech skills they also gain in our bootcamp to land their desired job in the end. Right. So, what are those transferable skills that you might already have that is relevant or that will be valuable for you in tech? The first one might be analytical skills. For those of you, who do not know, analytical skills is a skill that is required across all roles, regardless of whether it's tech or not. You need to be able to do critical analysis, document analysis, decision analysis, and other types of analysis, really. Problem solving, regardless of the role you get into, whether compliance, KYC, or data analysis, or product management, or business analysis, or project management, you need to have a problem solving mindset. You need to be able to tell when, to do various analysis, when probably this month and last month looks different, when you need to be able to do the root cause analysis, when you do your gap analysis as well, current process, future process, or current process, what is missing, what are the redundancies that you've identified. Some of us have done this even without, without having that role of a business analyst or product manager or, whatever role. Impact analysis, you need to be able to do an analysis of maybe a change in policy, a change in a particular situation. What impacts would it have on your process, on your project, on your data set, or whatever it is that you're working on? You need to be adaptable, and you need to be adaptable, and you need to be agile as well. Communication skills. If you want to get any role, regardless of whether it's tech or not, you need to be very good with communication, both oral, written, collaboration, and presentation. You need to hone these skills. Solution mindsets. I think that's very similar. You need to be able to make proper escalation when you identify issues. You need to be able to investigate issues as well. Adaptability. You need to be able to accept change, drive change, be the change. You need to have a continuous development mindset. Stakeholder management. Of course, this one does not need any telling. Even if you're an admin or receptionist, you need to be able to manage your stakeholder, you need to be able to manage your stakeholder to keep your job and, to elevate your career, really. You need to be able to manage relationships. You need to be able to communicate effectively. You need to be able to report, do reports, resolve conflicts, negotiate and manage teams or lead teams as the case may be. Process improvements. Regardless of the role you want to go for, there's always that aspect of the job description that's talking about how you should improve the process you are meeting. Because yes, all companies have a process they are running, but they are open to who doesn't want things to get better? They're open to you bringing that knowledge about how you changed a particular process from what it used to be to being better, how you reduce reporting time from 10 days to 5 days, how you reduced waiting period, client waiting period from this to this, how you moved their system from manual to automated, everywhere is good. And that's why tech professionals and tech skills are in demand, because all companies want to improve their processes. Right. So here are some tech fields with global potential. Right. We have data analysis, and data analyst, engineer or scientist, business analyst, solutions architects, enterprise architects, very much in demand. Digital marketing specialists, managers, very much in demand. Network engineer, IT support analyst, project manager, project coordinator, change manager, very much in demand. Application developer, web developer, software developer, very much in demand. Scrum Master, Agile coach, release engineer, very much in demand. Business intelligence analyst, business intelligence developer, very much in demand. Finance analyst, finance manager, auditors, very much in demand. Product owner, products manager, very much in demand. Not limited to this really, because there are some that we'll mention here that maybe for one reason or the other, either because they are not so easy to transition to, or because they have barriers to entry. Right. So there are so many roles in tech. Some are related to this, because these are some, but there are some jobs as well that are not here, but they are very related to this. That is the skill sets that are here that people use to get these jobs as well. Right. So how do we set the stage for tech excellence? Right. RKY Careers has been very instrumental to, raising talents, developing talents, improving talents in tech. How do we do this? Through our boot camps. Right. We are a driving force in bridging the skill sets that people have, from where they are currently, helping them to acquire in-demand skills that will help them become better professionals to stand out in the very competitive job market. So before I move to the next stage, where I'll be talking to you about our offerings, I would like to know, what area of tech are you interested in? Because I'm sure at this stage, we all have one reason or the other why we are on this call, and I'm sure it has to do with tech. What area of tech are you eyeing, or are you looking at, transitioning to? I would like to see that in the chat box. I'll read that shortly. But while I'm waiting for you guys to respond to that, what are our offerings? At RKY Careers, you get industry relevant training, regularly updated curriculum. At RKY Careers, we are always and consistently improving our curriculum, right, to exceed what is expected really in the job markets. And we do our regular industry analysis to be sure what is new, what's the new trend. And that's why we bring different experts as well to come talk to us about what's new in the markets and how we can stand out continuously in the markets. Immersive learning experience. At RKY Careers, all our boot camps are very immersive and adventurous in nature. You get to get your hands dirty, really. There's none of our boot camps you join that if you actually commit your part, because the thing is a two-way game, right? We would deliver everything we have said we deliver, but it's also on you to play your part, which is to roll that sleeves and get busy. Because when you land that job, RKY will not be the one to do the job for you. You are the one that will roll your sleeves to do the job yourself. Expert guidance and support. Right. We understand, that when you're trying to transition to a new role, you need as much support as you can. There's so many training companies, but how many of them actually give that support? That support is our unique selling point. At RKY Careers, we are with you every step of the way. And that is not an exaggeration. And I'm sure that you will hear that from the guests that will be telling us about their journey today, right? From the classes themselves to the project phase, right to the career support sessions, to the interview preps, the post-bootcamp support as well, right? Or even the monthly webinar. Yesterday, at our last month-end webinar, we had a global talent recipient come share with us the practical steps to land global talent or to apply for global talents. We've had immigration consultants come to talk to us about navigating the UK immigrations and immigration space. We've had people come to talk to us about applying to jobs in NHS. We've also had civil service, among others, really. We're also a community of innovators. We are always building new products that are innovative and mind-blowing as well. So, as RKY Careers, like I said, we have a track record of success stories. If you go to our page on Instagram or wherever on Instagram, you'll be wowed at the success stories that we have at RKY Careers. Just as I'm on this call, a notification as well just dropped of somebody that's just gotten a change manager role from one of our boot camps. Right. I've not read it in full. I just saw it drop. So that's to let you know how much of success stories, we have a backlog of success stories to post. So even as competitive as the job market is, people are still getting jobs. Don't be deceived. Don't let them tell you that there are no jobs out there. You just need to work, on yourself and your strategy of applying to these jobs. Right. So Before I proceed now, let me go to the chat box to see a response to the question I asked. What area of tech are you looking to explore? So let's go. Let's see. Right. Oh, I have lots of responses here. Okay, I have data analytics, data engineering. Thank you, Olatubosun. Project management, Veronica. You are in the right place. You know, Olatubosun and Veronica. Data analysis and business intelligence. Thank you for that. Data quality analyst, data analysts. Thank you for that. Financial analysis. Welcome, Henry. Data analysis and business intelligence. Madua Buchuku, welcome and thanks for your response. Paul, data analysis and business intelligence. Process improvement, automation, and flow management. Thank you for that, Miracle. Do you offer data engineering and data science? What we offer right now is data analysis. However, if you have previous experience in data engineering and data science, right, you can also add data analysis, right, to your portfolio and eventually get a data engineering job. Right. So I need guidance on what areas to start with. My primary motivation is securing a job that offers some flexibility. I aim to start with a course that offers the easiest way to break into the job market, regardless of the initial income. I have over 10 years of customer service experience in Nigeria. Well, Eunice, don't worry, just stay to the end of this call. I'm sure you'll figure it out before the end of the call. That's why we are here today. So we've got data analytics, data analyst, project management, data analyst, digital marketing, business analyst, compliance. Kavita, you everything. Fantastic. Right, so let's proceed. For those that, indicated interest in data analysis, we're going to be talking about data analysis first before we proceed to others as well. So if you can still see my screen, I'll be telling you about our data analysis bootcamp. So our data analysis bootcamp is a 10 weeks, intensive bootcamps where you learn Excel, advanced Excel, Power BI, Tableau, and SQL. So this bootcamp aims to help you, hone both your technical skills as well as your soft skills, in handling stakeholders, working to tight deadlines, presenting your outcome, analyzing clients' data, presenting your outcome to stakeholders as well. Who can take this course? Anybody at all. To be honest, even if you're already in tech and you are not good with analysis, don't waste time in enrolling for this course because it's now like basic. Ability to use Excel, Power BI, Tableau is like basic skills now. It's not like, but guess what? As basic as it is, it's still instrumental as well to get roles like data analysis role, business intelligence developer. The success stories I've gotten from this role, actually, from business intelligence developer to business intelligence analyst to data analytics manager, to HR analyst, finance analyst, reporting, transport reporting analyst, and that's where the uniqueness of this course is. You can combine this course with whatever it is that your background is to get an analytical role. So for someone that is customer service oriented or customer service background oriented, if you take this course and you still want to stay within customer service, it is really possible. But you will now be working more around customer insights analysts. So you'll be working with probably companies that have lots of customer data that want to analyze this customer data to better their customer experience, to improve their targeted marketing. So there's a role called customer insight analyst. There's finance analyst for those that are accounting background, accounting related. There's HR analyst, reward analyst, compensation analyst for those that are HR inclined. There's public health analyst. We have a success story of geospatial public health analyst or something. For those that are health related, there's health data analysts. There's supply chain analysts. So there's no limit to where you can utilize these skill sets, right? So regardless of your background, there's an analyst version of your role, which will be paying higher than that current one that you are in. Even we have people who have enrolled for this course and gotten their desired roles in project management, business analyst, and even other ones that are not related. Why? Because they gained the analytical skills. They were able to stand out among other people that they interviewed for the role. In fact, we even have 2 lecturers that got lecturer-related roles with sponsorship from this course as well. See how diverse this skill set is and how much in demand it is, regardless of the industry. So please do not sit on this. Do not sit on this course at all. Right. What are the soft skills you will gain in the bootcamp? You will gain, ability to work under pressure, team management, collaboration, emotional intelligence, stakeholder management, and problem solving. These are situations that are usually tested at interviews. At interview, they will not ask you to talk about situations that went perfectly well. Rather, they will tell you to talk about situations where things didn't go as smoothly as planned. For instance, you might be asked to talk about a situation where, you had this difficult stakeholder. And during the boot camp, there are always situations of people not participating on their projects in a group. And the thing is, you need to just know how to wear your experience in a real work experience manner. This same situation, you can use it to explain a situation where somebody really joined your team, and the person was not delivering on their task. And then what did you do? You set up a one-to-one meeting with the person as the project lead, and you did this. We're not here for interview prep session today, but that's just to let you know how the scenarios and situations you experience during the boot camp is going to be also beneficial to you to land a job. A lot of people suffer, when it comes to competency-based questions because they can't explain their skill sets because they don't have that practical work experience. Right. So talking about technical skills, you're going to learn Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, learn data visualization, right? You're going to learn how to extract data from database using SQL, data visualization using Power BI and Tableau and Excel. And you're also going to learn, data analysis as well. So what are the potential career paths to explore after this bootcamp? We've got data analysis, scientist, engineer. I think I've already mentioned a lot of roles you can explore, like finance analyst, reporting analysts, and all the analysts really. And you can see none of them actually offer their whole high-paying jobs. Even if you get your first job, say for instance 40, 39, 30 something, that it's just the first job. It's not like those career paths where the highest you can possibly be is 30K, 20K. No, that won't be the case with data analysis or tech skills. Talking about visa sponsorship as well, there's no limits to like getting visa sponsorship from data analysis role. Data analysis is one of those roles that can get you visa sponsorship if that is what you are also trying to get. So the career paths, I think so the next cohort for this bootcamp is just in 28 days, June 29th. Right. So the next cohort starts June 29th, and you don't want to miss it. What are the other things you benefit from this bootcamp? Apart from the classes, apart from access to the LMS where all recordings are uploaded, you also get real-world experience working on projects. You also get a web portfolio. You get your CV and LinkedIn done for you. You get to also come to a weekly drop-in session to get clarity on whatever you learned during the course of the weekend that you didn't understand. There are 2 sessions allocated to this every week. So as you are learning on Saturday and Sunday, classes hold 5 to 7 p.m. You also get practice data sets to practice whatever it is you've learned. If you don't understand, you have a support session to come into on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. or at Saturday 1 to 3 p.m. to come and ask questions and get a one-to-one response to your question. Because we know that this is a hands-on course. You can't learn Excel, by just watching. You have to practice. Right. And if you practice, you have to also have an avenue to come back to ask questions. Right. You also learn how to build beautiful dashboards, data visualization, everything I said already. So you also get to work on a group projects as well as individual projects on each of these tools you are learning, and you also get a web portfolio. So you can see how some of our students have gone from zero to being heroes in data analysis. These people came to this bootcamp as well, just like some of you are planning to do as well, with zero experience, and you can see how beautiful the dashboards they're able to build after the bootcamp. So talking about everything you also get certificate of completion. We are CPD UK accredited. We are also accredited by ACTD in the US. We are also listed on the UK government's website called UKRLP, right, as a training provider. So our teaching methods, delivery method, content materials, and everything has gone through endorsements and has also been approved and certified as global standard. So you also, like every other thing, post bootcamp support. If I want to value everything that you will get from this bootcamp, because I know a lot of places you go to train, if you need any little thing, they will charge you extra money. If you want to come back for reference for the experience you get, they will charge you another £300. If you want to come back for this, they will charge you this, they will charge you that. So, but that's not the way it is at RKY. Everything is all inclusive. Right. We even have people that finished their bootcamp a year ago. Probably they were doing their dissertation or they were still in school. They were too busy, but they came back and they are still able to leverage the support that are still, on ground for them. So make sure you don't sit on this, right? You also get, work reference for the projects you work, the client's projects you work on, globally recognized certificate of recognition, and many more. So this is the timeline. So you learn all this, and the start date for the next cohort is 29th of June. So these are like data analysis related success stories that we've had in the past. You can see how diverse the roles are and even the locations. We have people also getting finance analyst role in Canada, events planning analyst, 2 visa sponsorship jobs, HR reward analyst, commercial finance analyst, operational research analyst, and many more really. So the cost of joining this bootcamp is just £599, and you can still pay in two installments. You can pay 50% now and balance by June ending. So please make sure that you do not sit, on this opportunity. So I would like to drop the mic here and let somebody like yourself, who also was in one of these sessions at some point, speak to us for just 5 minutes. Share their journey as well, right? From being in this call at a particular time to also, joining the bootcamp and where they are right now. I don't know if Adedayo is with us on the call. Adedayo.
Yes, I am on the call. Hi.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adedayo. And thanks for honoring our invites to come encourage others as well.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. Good afternoon. I don't know if everybody is in the UK, but it's afternoon in the UK. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. I am Adedayo, and I'm a human resource professional. I joined the RKY Data Analysis Bootcamp, and that was last year. And when I began the journey, it was a little bit tough for me because I was juggling a number of jobs, and so I had to play catch up on the lectures. Luckily for the LMS, all of the lectures were recorded, and that is something that I'm really grateful for. I had to play catch up on the lectures, and in the course of all of that, I broadened my horizon, utilizing Excel, got introduced into different areas of Power BI and SQL. Right. So my first job I got was sometime in September 2023. That was when I started looking for a job. Shortly after I started looking for a job, so I got that role, and I've exited that role now. But one of the things that my manager has complimented me for has been my ability to look at numbers and make insights from it. I was at the beginning of the session where people said, "Oh, tech is the new oil," and all of that. Yes, people want to make decisions. They want to make good decisions, right? We've moved from the era where people make decisions based on how I feel, right? And then we've come to an era where people want to make insight-driven decisions. What do I mean by that? We want to know what is happening and how to make a resolution for it. For instance, what is working? What do we need to improve on? We can't just say, "I think" anymore. The business world has moved dynamically from that. Now, you need to know. And the only way you know is to harness data. Like one of my friends says, he says that without data, you're just another person with an opinion. And the truth is, opinions don't count in the scheme of real things. So I came to this course, and it's RKY has supported me all the way. I was listening, and she mentioned where some people would run away and come back. I was one of the black sheep. I still called her this year and said, "Hey, I need your help for this," and willingly, I wasn't expecting her to. Willingly, she went all the way out to say, "Okay, do this, do this, do this." I mean, the kind of support you get from RKY, you will not get from any other place. Another reason why I took the boot camp is that the cost was lower compared to all the other providers I'd seen. You know, jokingly, I was chatting with someone. I said, "Oh, I wanted to do something on HR analytics again," and blah blah blah. And he person was going to bill me £1,000 and was not as in depth as what RKY is offering. So if you're looking for, I'll use the word efficiency to get more out of paying less. I think you're at the right place. For me, it has worked for me. Finally, is that there is also a group chat. People put their concerns, people contribute. So you also have that forum, to express difficulties, leverage on everything that is being provided on. And once you start, please, 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 I beg of you, you have invested money, you need to invest your time as well. Your time in taking the course, your time in taking the assignment, the instructor is going to take everybody as an adult, so everybody's expected to, nobody's going to chase on you. And then when you're done, they will make the CV again. I remember my resume when I got it, and I was like, yeah, yes, I remember that I sent an email back, and and then I read it again, and I saw it was a way of breaking into the system. There are certain words that the recruiters will always pick. If I'd written it on my own, same context. I mean, the context has not changed, but the words had changed. For instance, you extract ETL, extract, transform, load data. I would just say, "Oh, I cleaned up data," and and it doesn't tell me that I have that knowledge. But when you mention ETL to somebody, you say, "Oh, okay, this person knows what he's doing with data." So there's a way that they have understudied the market, and they help present your resume. I'm looking at what she's providing now, and it's even a far cry from what I had during my time, to be honest. And it's a far cry from what I had during my time. So I believe you're getting real value for money. I am a testimony from this, and I want to just encourage you, if you're having a double mind about it, please, I would encourage you to take the bold step. The UK market is really tough to navigate, but if you give yourself leverage, you leverage on people who know the market, people who understand the market. RKY understands the market, knows the market. If you leverage on that expertise alone, I can guarantee you that in a short time you will be producing results. You would not be laid back. You would continue everything that, like she said, even when you get the job, you are going to do the work. So you need to keep working on it. You need to keep practicing, And it's not, "Oh, I've done data analysis course, I'll go and put it on LinkedIn," and then you keep quiet. You need to also give yourself a target. How many jobs a day am I applying for? They will help you set your LinkedIn profile. I'm sure that's part of your LinkedIn optimization, because she did it in my time. Till today, I still get alerts from jobs, or from LinkedIn. Some jobs will come out 2 hours, and then because of the way it has been set, I'm getting notification on it. And if you're lucky enough to get into the NHS, or you lucky enough to get into a place where an employer will sponsor you, please, by all means, RKY will always share all of the relevant information. I'm grateful our paths cross. As a matter of fact, I will tell you this for free. My wife is taking a course this month. This is 1st of June now. Is taking a course this month with RKY again. If she had not done so well, I will not be telling my wife to do a course with her. For me to tell my wife, "Oh, please take a course with RKY," and I'm willing to invest money into it, it means that there's something really positive about it. I know my 5 minutes is off. I just want to say thank you very much. You're in the right place. I don't want to feel like a pastor. Otherwise, there are about 75 people. I'll collect offering. We have to back maybe £100. All right. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much, Adedayo. So that's his story, as he has expressed it. Thank you so much, Adedayo, for coming to share your story. I know it's been over a year you joined the bootcamp, and I'm happy that even after a year, the skill sets you gained and all that is still relevant, for you even till now. So thank you so much, Adedayo. And there you have it. For all those HR professionals that are always saying, people HR don't get job in the UK. This is not one, not two, not three of the HR professionals that have joined this particular bootcamp and have gotten relevant jobs in their HR space as well. So I will add too many to that, because we have one other person that is also an alumni of this data analysis bootcamp that is also here to share a story. So please, let's welcome on stage Chioma Nwichi. Chioma, I hope you are there. I hope we've not bored you or kept you waiting for too long.
No, I'm here. That's fine.
Thank you. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Chioma. I'm an alumni of RKY. I joined the bootcamp this year, January. We started around the end of January, and we rounded off, I think, first week of April, sorry. I did get my job like a week after we rounded off the bootcamp, and I'm just going to give you some of the things that helped me. So a little about myself. I have like a 10-year background working across sales and marketing. And then I completed an MSc program in data science in the UK just last year, October. And then I started looking for a job. I did my search both in sales and marketing and also in data. So I was just like everywhere. And sometimes I'll get interviews, and they do that their first stage of interview where the HR person speaks to you, and then somebody comes back and says, we like you, but you don't have UK experience or something. And I'll move. Then trying to break into the data science field, that one was hard because it's not just the UK experience, it was that you needed to have experience in data also. But how do you get this experience if nobody is willing to even employ you? So I thought I needed to be strategic, and I then started searching for, I'm stuck. How do I move from here? So I'll just be speaking to you about how to choose a bootcamp and how you can get the best of it. So the first thing for me will be that you need to have a plan, and you let that plan drive you. So around December last year, I took a job as a customer service, whatever. But when I got into the job and it wasn't it for me, so I did it for 1 month and I resigned. By the time I got my salary, I used it to pay for this RKY program. And I told myself, I'm starting off this thing in January. And luckily for me, I have a support system. So my husband was like, don't worry, take your time. So I wasn't working, but I gave my time to this RKY thing and told myself that by April, I'll get a job. So 3 months, because the program was about 8 to 10 weeks. So I said, we're starting towards the end of January. My goal is to get a job in April because I'm just sitting at home. So I already knew what my plan was. I needed to identify, so if I'm going to choose a boot camp, what would drive me to select which particular one to be in? I knew what my problem was. I had knowledge in data, but then I didn't have UK experience and I didn't have data experience at all. And then for some interviews, I've gone for interviews and I never seem to pass the final stage. Like I keep asking myself, what's in this final stage that I don't get to crack? So I also knew that that thing was a pain point for me. So when I started looking out for boot camps, I did look for people who had success stories. So one thing is there's no boot camp that gives you 100% guarantee that you will get a job. So you need to know what you are looking for when you get on it, and then you leverage whatever the camp is giving you with your own skills and efforts, and then launch out. So I remember sitting here just like you today, listening to someone who spoke to us during our own time. Her name was Adama. And I was thinking, this could be me someday, like in a positive way, not like I was envious or something. It's like, so if someone can actually get a success story out of this, it means there's something that you can go in and leverage, build on it, and also come back to give your own success story. And here I am today actually sharing my story with you. So if you talk about success stories, like she mentioned, if you go to their pages on LinkedIn, on Instagram, you will see lots of success stories, of which I'm one today. Somebody also just spoke to us now. So this thing is real. It's not like manufactured. Another thing is, I identified that I don't have UK work experience, and there's no point just going online and sit on YouTube and then learn and learn and learn and learn and come back. And then somebody speaks to you and the person still says you don't have UK experience or you don't have an experience in data. RKY gives you UK work experience, like something that you can add on your CV and say, between this period and this period, I worked with RKY. So that helps you to get your feet into that field, because someone who is now looking at your CV or someone who is speaking to you knows that you've got some experience doing this thing. So that was it for me. I knew that if I was going to do it on my own with lots of maybe Alex or whoever it is that we follow on LinkedIn or YouTube, that's not enough to help me get my feet into the market in the UK. So that's another thing you want to consider if you're choosing a bootcamp. And RKY offers you that, something that you can add on your CV, and something that even when you get a job, you can reach out to them. I can say that when I got my job, I reached out to them for my reference, and it came back, I think, the same day. I remember my HR person saying that usually they will go around chasing people for references, but mine came in quite early. I resumed my job like 2 weeks after I got it, which is really, really fast, because every documentation was ready. So that's something that you are sure to get from RKY also. I mentioned that I never seem to be able to get past the last stages of interview. So maybe 2 or 3 stages, and when I get to the final one, I'm dropped off. But RKY has this job interview preparation that she takes it herself. The rookie herself takes that session herself. So she would prep you on things to do when you go for an interview, the STAR method, how to take advantage of even AI to prepare yourself for interviews. And I'll say that after I had that session with her, I did just 1 interview, and that was the job I got. So it's something that is quite beneficial. It will help you so that you're not just shooting around, because it's not even very easy to get called for an interview. So what you want to do is, when you get called for one, kill it, so that you just take it and then move on to the next thing. Another thing I also would speak about would be the projects and the tasks that they have. So you also want to look out for a boot camp that will help you to build your portfolio. So you are doing projects, you're not just learning. So if you go on LinkedIn, for example, you will see lots of people posting. It gives you that visibility, because there's something that you've worked on that you can also share and say, this is something that I've done. Something I'll beg you to do if you do join, and you should join, is to take your projects serious. I took all my classes serious. I took all my projects serious. The truth is, I wasn't after the certificates. I knew what my goal was. My goal was that I needed to break into this field. And RKY will tell you that they won't give you any reference until you complete your project. So me, I know that I was one of the first people that completed, when people were still asking, oh, what is this? I've already collected my certificate. Not because I wanted to build that certificate thing, but I had a goal that was driving me. If I needed to do this thing and get it by April, why am I delaying? When you have your group projects, own it. Be involved. Don't let people do it for you. My group project was on Power BI, and that's the first time I ever really did something with Power BI, because my background is in data science, so it's more of Python related. We didn't really do this Power BI thing. But I owned that project. I did everything. I stayed up at night making sure that I did it. So by the time my job interview came and we're supposed to do a presentation, I still used that Power BI. It was a lot more easier for me because I've spent time working with that tool. So then when you go in for your presentations, it's something that you've already done in your group. because after the group task, you will do presentations. RKY will give you feedback on things that you did well, things that you didn't do well. So for example, if you do not have presentation skills before, or you still want to build on it because the way you present data stories is completely different from the normal presentations that you do in your place of work, because you should be able to then bring out insights from your data, ensuring that people are following what you're saying. All of these skills are things that you will build, because in the data world, it's not just about the tools that you have, it's about your soft skills. Are you able to collaborate with people, which is something that you will get from your group projects? Are you able to present your data with visuals in a way that people will also understand? Telling skills, all of those things. So I've just picked a highlight of the things that I looked out for before selecting a bootcamp, and my expectations were met. Then there are some extra ones. So they do the CV preparation. So the person who spoke before me mentioned it. They will help you to put your CV, because there's a software called ATS. If you do not have the keywords that a job role is looking for on your CV, you won't be picked. So the first thing is to even have those words reflected on your CV, and then also highlight your achievements on your CV. So RKY will help you do that bit. And then they also offer the LinkedIn optimization. So if jobs come around and people are searching for who has the skill, your name will also be one of the ones that will come up, because your LinkedIn profile is optimized. And then there's continuous development. I think last 2 weeks, we still had one Power BI session where someone took us through. I mean, our session is over, but we still have to come back and learn. So if there's something new, you are also informed and you come and join the team and learn. For tech tools, we were taught how to use Excel, how to use Tableau, how to use Power BI, and also SQL. So there's a whole lot that you can learn. But like I mentioned, it also depends on what your goals are and how well you're able to put yourself into this thing and extract everything that is available. I mean, I can't talk about all of it because I do have 5 minutes and I'm sure that I've exceeded my time. But if you do want to make a decision, I think I've given you very good reasons to choose RKY.
Thank you so much, Chema, for being, open, honest, and transparent, by being very practical with, your speech about, even your own journey as well. I mean, I think there you have it. There's really nothing to repeat. Everything she said is quite clear. She had, and I like what everybody has said. At RKY, it's not Jomo Abi. I don't know how to put that in English. You have to roll your sleeves, and because the thing is, if you don't do that, your first technical, she had to present, right? And I'm sure when she had to present, she didn't come back to say I should come and repeat what I've told her before, because we've done this. She's actually taken her time during the project to bury herself in these skills tools to learn them. So during interviews, because there's no way you have interviews and not have either a presentation or analysis or something to do. So she was able to roll her sleeves because she played her part as well. Congratulations once again, Adedayo. Congratulations, Chioma, as well, for your success stories and for your achievements. And thank you for, making RKY proud. And, I'm always rooting for you all. So there you have it with regards to data analysis. If you are still sitting on the fence and have not secured your slots, the next cohort for data analysis is June 29th. I mean, I'll just check the chat box. If I have any data analysis related questions to answer, and then we can proceed to, other courses as well. Can one get part-time jobs in data analysis as a student in the UK? It's a possibility. Though getting part-time jobs can be quite competitive, because for most of these roles, data analyst, maybe not data analyst title, but there are so many roles that require analytical skills that you can get as a part-time, maybe customer insights analyst, I would say no to that, because I know a lot of people that have gotten even finance officer roles, for a start, and then they eventually still got permanent job and sponsorship from the same company. So there's no reason to hold back. So the first stage to even achieving anything is to acquire the skill sets. Once you have that, where you will now use these skill sets, right, is unlimited, really. But you need to start by even acquiring the skill sets and getting the necessary support first. Okay, so can I have a lifetime access to the LMS? So you get 12 months access to the LMS. Okay, so we have a contribution as well from Ademola. It says, Wifey also just finished her Excel and PowerPoint training with RKY, and it was loaded and packed. Loaded than the price, I must say. Of course. Thank you so much for the feedback and for giving it openly like this as well. I'm glad that she enjoyed it. I remember when she enrolled for the course. I'm glad that it was loaded. That course, for those of you that are looking to like gain analytical skills, probably are not ready or something for data analysis, I would say you should explore the data Excel and PowerPoint. Everybody needs that as well for interview. To like, there's no way you get interview you don't have an Excel task to complete or a PowerPoint to present or something, and that is how much, just £75. Although that does not come with all that things, because of course it's not a boot camp, it's just a training, for skill-based training. If you want to get a boot camp that comes with work experience and all these other things, you should go for the data analysis bootcamp, where you get to learn more tools, and other things as well. Right, thank you so much for that. When is Scrum Master and Product Owner Bootcamp? July 6th. We are going to that. Right. If you still have time, please stay back to also like hear about the course, as well as hear people share their testimonies and their experience as well. Can one learn and understand data analysis without prior knowledge? That is someone being a novice. Can that person learn data analysis? I think the two people that have shared their experience today are not data analysts. Okay, although I think Choma studied data science, right? But you don't need to have prior experience to transition to data analysis. We've had people that studied English, join the bootcamp and also learn their desired role as a data analyst or analyst-related roles in their current field as well. So no, you don't need prior experience. What you need, though, that cannot be, is your dedication and commitment to learn and succeed. You see, once you're hungry to succeed, you can see Choma's story. Choma's story is something that I think I need to like paste on the wall, because to be honest, our journey is quite very strategic. Right. She gave herself, she got this job. Like some people were still on their projects by the time she shared her success story, because she knew what she wanted. Of course, she said that her partner had to like sacrifice for her to like commit to it fully. Of course, so she knew she needed to come back home with success story. Right. So I would encourage anybody, just like she has done, if you want to join any of our bootcamps, be ready to put in the work as well. Although we have, just like Adedayo caught up and he still got to success story, we have an LMS that you can always use to catch up. So even if you're doing your dissertation or you're extremely busy, try to attend as much as you can. But commitment is not necessarily by attending live classes only. You also need to go back to the LMS, rewatch, repractice. There's someone recently that got a job with Amazon from one of our first set of bootcamps. She was really busy with school. First set of courses in this data analysis as well. She was really busy with school and all that. And when she was ready, she went to the LMS, watched all the interview prep, rewatched all the classes, and she got a data or business data analyst or something with Amazon. Who doesn't want to get a job with Amazon? For that job, that particular job, guess what she said? She said they paid her $7,000 just for accepting the offer. Nothing related to the job. Just for accepting, and I think it was even an internship she got first. She got $7,000 credited into her account just for accepting the offer. Please, why are you still sitting on the fence? Please don't sit on the fence. Please, admin, please put the account details for people to secure their slots. With just 50% to join the data analysis bootcamp. So you can join. You can either pay in full or pay 50% to start. Okay, I was part of those offered discounts for the last women essay write-up, but couldn't meet up with the payment then. Can I still make use of it for this course? I mean, I'm sure you mean the Mother's Day. I think we have another one. We have another registration that just closed yesterday as well. But yeah, you can send us an email, about that. What about business analyst bootcamp? Jonathan, please be patient with us. We are going to get to that shortly. I think that's the next on my plate. So there you have it, guys, with regards to data analysis. If you are still sitting on the fence, you don't know whether data analysis is for you, what do data analysts do? They analyze data sets, right? And bring out information for stakeholder decision making. So if you are someone that likes to like do investigation, dig deep, and extract data. So the type of data you will now work with or work on will now depend on the industry you're working. If you're in finance, you'll probably be working on financial data. If you're in HR, you'll be working on people-related data, or people-related data. If you're in digital marketing, you'll be working on marketing-related data, probably insights from different marketing tools and all that. If you're in health, right, you'll be working on health-related data. So data analysts are everywhere. If you're in supply chain, you'll be working on supply chain-related data. So if you are in which other, there are so many other. So the kind of data you'll be analyzing now will depend on your industry. However, what you'll be doing is all still the same. Extract data from the original states, clean up the data if there are outliers, or clean up the data, process the data, turn the data into dashboards, into slides, into information. Tell management that, you know what, based on data, we have too many. If it's HR, we have too many women than men. We need to increase our number. You can't just go and say, why is it that there are always too many men in this company? Because that's just an opinion. You need to be talking based on data sets, right? Just with finance as well. You need to be able to tell management that last year we invested in this, we made this out of this. Can we make more investments in this area? Can we reduce our investments in this state? Can we do this? Can we do that? So that we can increase our bottom line and profitability. That's finance. So depending, right? There's some people that what the data they're analyzing is COVID. People are still analyzing COVID data as we speak in the health industry. How many places did deaths occur? Were there some states or some areas that were not affected at all? That is how you get information that you can now make decision on. Well, I want to believe we've overflogged and dissected everything related to data analysis in this session, and everything is really clear. So we proceed now to project management and business analysis. If you are here to hear about project management and business analysis, can I see you drop an hi or hey or whatever in the, if you are, let me know that I still have my audience, although I still have 75 people on the call, but just to be sure, can you drop it as a comments in the, okay, I see raise of hands. Can we drop a hi if you are still very much with me? Okay, thank you, Oluchi. Thank you, Jide. Right. Okay, so I'll just proceed. Thank you, Olariwaju. Thank you, Jonathan. Don't worry, we are getting into business analysis and project management shortly. And to my other guest speakers who are still waiting, thank you for taking the seats and still waiting. We'll get to that. We'll get to you shortly as well. And thanks as well for honoring our invites for the session. So talking about project management and business analysis, right? What is this field all about? What are projects? What do business analysts do? What do project managers do? Project managers are professionals, right, who work on projects. Who work on projects. But what are projects? Projects is, a particular task or activity that has a start and end date. Project managers work on these projects to ensure they meet the quality that has been agreed to by the stakeholders, who have interest in this project. That to ensure that it also meets the quality, it also meets the budgets and every other criteria that has been set for it to meet, really. So that's what project managers do. They manage the projects. What do business analysts do? Business analysts are solution providers. They solve problems. They do analysis of requirements. They are the ones who are the intersect between business and the technical team. So if, for instance, as a business, I have a need. What's my need? My need is to increase my digital presence. I've been operating manually before. I go to events to get my customers. I don't have social media presence. I don't have website. I don't have all this. However, my goal for half year 2024, half year 2, is to increase my digital presence. Right. Then I have a project at hand, right? And then I need a project manager and business analyst. Myself and the project manager or the other stakeholders as well, we agree, this is how much I have. I only have £20,000 for this. And I want to achieve this before the end of June. That's my time. And these are my KPIs. This is what I want to have.
You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. So you want to be sure, right, that you quite understand what the stakeholder wants. Because if you don't know what stakeholders want, you can't satisfy them. And that's even the reason why, even at RKY, we know what our stakeholders want. How do we know this? Because we've done our research of what is required in the job market. And as business analysts as well, you need to have an understanding of what exactly I want. So a business analyst will set up a meeting with me to be sure this your digital presence you say you want. How exactly do you mean? They will like ask loads of questions. What are the features you want to have? What does the current process look like? How do you get your customers at the moment? That's what they call requirements and elicitation. Business analysts do this to have a very good understanding of the projects or whatever it is we are trying to complete, or the product we are trying to build, as the case may be. Then they go back to the project team, which includes the project manager. They develop their user stories, develop their epics, their features, high-level requirements. There's so many deliverables they do. Functional requirements, high-level requirements, and all that. So business analysts are the ones that translate the need of the business into technical terms, because developers don't like stories. If you tell developer, I just want a website, they'll just build the website for you. Or if you say, like, I want to migrate, you can't just bring in an external person as well, right? That's an executor. It's subject matter experts, and say you want to move from Excel to Power BI. They will just come and they will scatter the whole thing, because there has to be an understanding of what the current state is. What do we use at the moment? What are the pain points? They need to talk to users. That's if it's like a process improvement related project that is being worked on. So as a business analyst, sometimes you work on projects, that's software development projects and other types of projects. Sometimes it will be process improvement related projects, which are trying to like integrate new systems, integrate new tools, and the likes. And then sometimes you build products as well. Tech products. IT products as well. So business analysts try to have a very good understanding, and then there's a way they communicate with technical. So by the time they are communicating with an actual and proper executing team, either developer, subject matter expert, and other, there's a language they speak to each other. They don't just go with word of mouth to say, they say they want this website, they say it must have this, it must have that. No, there's something they call the wireframe. There's something they call the high level and low, is it high definition and low definition wireframes, right, that they present, to the developers, which would have incorporated and captured everything the stakeholder wants that they've explained to them during the requirement elicitation stage. User stories and all this will be handed over, to the executing team or development team to bring the goal or the projects to life, to bring the need of the stakeholder, of the client, of the sponsor to life. It's such a very interesting role, to be honest. And then there's also the change management aspect of it. After we've implemented this change, don't forget there was a way we were working before, and there's a new way we want to work now. How do we make stakeholders accept this change? How do we get stakeholder buy-in to this new tool? I'm sure that, is there anybody here that a new tool has been introduced to your company that you didn't really like, that you prefer the old way? You felt the new way, right, is like stressful or too technical. Is there anybody here that has had that experience before? It looks like my besties have left though. I'm not getting any response again. Is there anybody here that, have experienced a change of tool or a change of system, even from coming to work every day to hybrid? Okay, is there anybody here that was hybrid before, remote, that is now like hybrid or now back to work? Even that's on its own. Do you know that during the stage where they were changing physical work to hybrid, there were projects that were implemented for this. It wasn't just done by announcements. Steps were taken before we moved to hybrid and to remote way of working. New things will be considered. What are the risks? What are the issues? What are the things we need to put in place before we migrate? So somebody to sit down to look at the loopholes that could occur as a result of remote way of working compared to the physical way. And then when you don't think of those loopholes that can occur, somebody needs to sit down to put in place system structure that would ensure that companies still get the highest level of efficiency and productivity, even in a different way of working. Even that is a project on its own. I hope I've not lost people with my very different explanations here and there. I'm just trying to explain what projects managers and business analysts, what they do. So they work on projects, that has a start date, end date. They are solution driven and they work on lots of deliverables. I don't know, was there anybody here that was in our product demo last week? Last week Saturday. If you were not there, it's all right. Admin, please drop the link as well to from YouTube of the product demo so that they can go and watch later. You would watch our project managers and business analysts and Scrum Masters and product owners present the beautiful products and projects that they worked on during the phase of the bootcamp. So now let's go back to the bootcamp, because I think I've actually made a very good explanation of the roles themselves. This is a 4 months intensive bootcamp where you get 7 weeks of classes across project management, PMO, and business analysis. Why are we doing it as a 3-in-1? Because in the market today, you need to have the 360 knowledge to stand out. There are some roles that require you have the 2 skills. Moreover, even when you want to, even a lot of people finish our bootcamps, and when they land jobs, they find out that some of their bosses, right, or managers at work, they've actually never completed the projects from start to finish before. Like all our students in the bootcamp, they've actually maybe just joined the projects midway, so they don't even have the full. So the thing is, in our bootcamp, the goal is to make you stand out in the market by equipping you, right, with as much advantage as possible. Because it's a market of having an advantage that the other person doesn't have. So you get to understand the principles during the theoretical stage. Even during the theoretical stage, you also get to work on, scenarios and projects, even from the theoretical stage before we move on to the project phase. So 7 weeks of classes, and then we move on to 2 months on a live project, gaining practical work experience that you would use to pass interviews and land a job. And then you get career support sessions. You also get post-bootcamp support. All our bootcamps right now, there's something we recently introduced at the beginning of this year, where we do weekly and bi-weekly interview prep sessions. You are done with your bootcamp. Your money has expired, as the case may be. But at RKY, we know that support is really important. And because of that, we have a drop-in session for some courses every week, for some courses twice a month, where you can still bring your job description to when you get an interview. Because we know that we've set you up to land interviews with your CV and everything, but what next? How do we get you to sharing success stories? To that stage where you can now share your success stories. Right, and so we have the weekly interview prep, or bi-weekly for depending on the course, where you can still come with your job description, come with your case studies, get a review on your case studies, get a review on your analytical assignments or whatever that they're giving you on your interview, just to make sure that you go there confident. Some people, share success stories of how everything we told them or advised them to say at the interview is what they said, and they landed this job. There was this particular lady. She was actually even late to the interview. She was the last to get it. She was the last person they interviewed. But she said when she got there, they gave her a pen and paper and told her to write a project of probably drinking a coffee. That's why I always tell people that you've worked as project managers before, but you might not know, because little tasks you do on your real life and even at work could be implemented as projects in another company depending on their budgets. Right. If I have 2,000 staff to implement a little task, if I want to implement a little change and I have 2-3 people to, I might do it just as day-to-day business as usual. However, if I have 2,000 staff, then there has to be a change management process. There has to be a process of trying to sell the idea to them, make them accept the idea, make them see the need for us to switch. So so they gave us something as simple as draw a process map or something of making a coffee. And guess what? She wowed them. They had to overlook the fact that she was late to the interview, and they landed at the job even before, I think, maybe before she got home, or probably, faster than she expected, really. And that's to show you the power of practical work experience. There are some fields that certification only don't help you. Not even some fields, almost all fields. So who can take this course? Aspiring project managers and business analysts, professionals looking to switch to project management or business analysis, or both, degree holders seeking practical work experience, anyone that wants to position themselves for visa sponsorship, anyone who wants to enhance their career prospects and earning potential, flexible work and all that, professionals and entrepreneurs and business owners as well. What are the things you gain? Everything else we've said in the other bootcamp. 2 months of work experience, CV and LinkedIn optimization, mentorship and interview prep, monthly webinars. You work on projects with one of our subsidiaries or affiliate companies, and you also get to have a UK company on your CV that will be verified when you get a job. You can join from anywhere in the world, USA, Canada. So if you have friends and family in any part of the world that is struggling to get a job, please make sure you refer them to come take this life-changing bootcamps. Position yourself for visa sponsorship and international remote jobs as well. Eligibility for visa sponsorship, project management, IT project management, IT business analysis are all very, very, very much eligible for visa sponsorship. Even IT project management was recently added to, I think, the shorter list, right? It's no longer called shortage of fish. I think it's now called immigration list or something. It's called one list now. Even though before it was eligible for, sponsorship before, now it's now been added to like priority roles now. So please, you don't have any reason not to take the next step to enroll for this bootcamp. If I wanted to value this bootcamp based on everything you get, like I said, it will be over £2,000. And it's not like this is a hearsay. There are some companies I see some ads that their training goes for nothing less than £2,000, and they don't offer even up to what we do. So make sure that you don't sit on this. So the next course for project management and business analysis is 6th of July. And I have a good news with regards to that. Because it's in July, you have the opportunity to secure your slots in 3 installments. First installment now, today. Second installment, June ending. Third installment, July ending. Isn't that good? Right. So secure your slots right now with just £200, because the fee for the course is £599 at a discount. So make sure you secure your slots today. If you are joining from Nigeria or anywhere in Africa and want to join any of our bootcamps, please send a message to the WhatsApp numbers you have below to get what the rates are for Nigerian residents. So if you are still sitting on the fence, please, because and the thing is that these particular courses, sometimes you don't, sometimes, just like we said, the diverse opportunities in tech, the job you might end up getting when you're done with this bootcamp might not even have business analysis on it or project manager. But that job will tick all the boxes that you're looking for, from visa sponsorship to remote working to flexible working, because there are so many roles they create in the UK. Like every new day, you see a new role: service improvement analyst, service design analyst, this analyst, that's manager, change whatever. So even business development manager, we have people that finished this bootcamp and got business development manager roles with sponsorship as well. What else are they looking for? And they were probably shortlisted for the role because of the very quality experience they could see on their CV, from business analysis to this and that. Right. So you don't have any reason to sit on the fence. Right. So I have somebody here today as well that wants to share our experience. I think she's just completed the bootcamp as well. Joanna, if you are here, is Joanna here with us?
Hello, good afternoon, Ricky.
Hi, Joanna.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. My name is Joanna. I'm currently part of the 6.0 PMBA cohort, and we are not even done with our project, and I secured the job about a week ago. So what I would say is that some things that helped me with my interview. So the interview for my job was for 2.5 hours. To show how critical that was, I was talking for 2.5 hours to different set of people at every segment of the interview. And one thing that helped me was, I'm saying this for the first time, RKY is just going to know this, but before I joined this cohort or the training, I had always been attending RKY's interview prep sessions. Whenever they are doing it, the free ones that they do on Teams and all of that, I'll just sneak in, listen to one or two things, write them down, and disappear. And then at the beginning of the year, I was like, I'm tired. So another thing is I'm currently a domiciliary carer. So I had no prior knowledge of PMBA, nothing at all. I've always been in the health sector, and I just woke up one morning and said, I'm done being in the health sector. I want to change career. And then I decided to take this course. And then while doing the course, at first I was lost because I didn't know anything. So everything I was hearing was very new to me. Though the support officers and everyone always give examples, like relatable examples that will help you to understand the course better. But the first few weeks I was a bit confused. And the good thing, someone mentioned about the LMS. I hope you're going to join the course, and if you will, that LMS is your best friend, because all those recordings and everything, if you feel like, oh, I don't have the time to attend classes, I'm going to be working and all of that. If you know how domiciliary care is in the UK, you would know that I have no time at all. Like if I want to base or condition me doing this course, I don't have the time for it. But I made the time because I was determined, or I am determined to make a change in my career. So I would always make time, even though if I'm at work, I'm listening to the lectures. Even if I don't understand, I'm going back to LMS on my free days to go watch, and then it would make me understand better. And then during our project phase, we filled forms on what positions we want to take. And I went and picked project manager. Even with my busy schedule, I went ahead to pick project manager. And when I got it, I was like, oh my God, Joanna, how are you going to do this with work? Are you going to be able to cope? I was confused, but it just came seamlessly. Like it was so easy. Yes, there were tough times. We had to meet a lot of deadlines. But one thing you should just put in mind is think of the end goal and what you're going to get from this at the end. If you're going to continue to say you don't have the time, you would never achieve anything at all. You would never ever achieve anything. So during my interview session, I was answering questions. It got to a point where I was like, oh, if you want me to say more, she was like, no. You've given me enough answers. I don't want any more. And that was when I knew that, okay, I was definitely doing something right. And the results came out. In fact, I did 3 different assessments after the 2.5 hours interview, and I passed all of them, both written and oral. And that is just because I paid so much attention to details. I knew the right things to say. I knew how to phrase my sentences. I knew I had gained the skills, the communication skills I needed to be able to ace all the interview. And I'm just very grateful to RKY. And to be honest, like if you think that you're spending so much money, it is not a waste. I promise you, it's not a waste. This is coming from someone who hasn't even completed her session, and I already have a job, a sponsored job, and it's so amazing. So I really, really hope that you make this decision and join the next cohort. I promise you, you won't regret it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congratulations, Joanna. I mean, we
Thank
see each
you.
other every week, and you've not shared your
Yes.
success story officially with me. But anyway, congratulations and thanks for accepting to come on the call. I'm so happy that you've landed your desired role with visa sponsorship. I mean, what are we all looking for, right? I'm
Yes.
super happy for you. Congratulations. And just
Thank
like she
you.
said as well, she's in a different boot camp. She's in the project management and business analysis boot camp. And she talked about how she paid attention to everything. She started accessing alumni related sessions even before she was due to join, right? And of course, it's not just about, it's the fact some people even join those sessions and some people don't even leverage all this. That's what I tell a lot of people, that these sessions that you guys are wasting and not attending are things that you pay £150 for to gain the same set of. When you pay for all this mentorship, whatever, it's the same thing. So you think they will go to the interview for you? They won't go to the interview for you. It's the same things that we tell you. They will tell you. However, because we know your background, we know what we have invested, we know what, and that's why it's easy for me so that I coach, my students, because I know what especially if they've taken in everything that they're supposed to have taken in. I know the pathway we have created, the roadmap they are meant to. So if you get to an interview stage, after all the bootcamp, I know your capacity and I know that you can do it. You have all it takes in you to land that desired job. You just need to roll your sleeves. So congrats again, Joanna. And there you have it regards to project management and business analysis. Do we have any questions? With regards to that? Jonathan, have we answered your question with regards to business analysis? And for all those that indicated interest in business analysis. So the next cohort for business analysis, like I said, is July 7th, I'll be 6th, July 6th. Admin, please drop the account details as well on the group so that people can secure their slots, because we are in May ending now. As we get deep into June, you won't be able to make 3 installments again. It will only be 2 installments. So you don't have any reason to continue to sit on the fence. Even if you already have done a project before, you've gone to a boot camp somewhere else, there's nothing like getting the RKY experience, right? So, and at RKY, we don't just stop at just training you. We also continue to tell you what you need, right, to stand out in the market. How long does the course last? 7 weeks of classes, 2 months on projects, 1 week of career support session. That's like 4 months in total. Because the experience you'll be getting outside when you're done is equivalent of over 1 year of experience. Because that's what you need. You can't say you want to get a project manager job or business analyst job and you have just 3 months of experience, right? So you need quality experience, and that's what you get at RKY. If you want to know more about the quality experience people gain at this bootcamp, you need to go and watch the products demo. Watch Joanna. I don't think Joanna's sets are even there. Watch the previous sets. Watch how they present their products, and you'll be like, are you sure these people are really new to this? Look at their wireframes, look at their user stories, and you'll be really wowed for those that are already, experts in this field. So thanks so much, Joanna. We'll proceed now to Scrum Master Product Owner. So I believe I've answered the question I had with regards to that. So for Scrum Master and Product Owner, it's a really similar course to the project management and business analysis. In Scrum Master and Product Owner, Scrum Masters, they facilitate sessions, either projects or products. Product managers or product owners, they manage a product, an IT product. There's something they call products-led environments, products-led mindsets, agile mindset. All this you get from our Scrum Master Product Owner Bootcamp. The product-led mindset is different from the project-led mindset, even though they are really similar, but the methodology and the way they deliver on these products or projects are really different. So if you say the product-led mindset is more customer-centric. They start with the customer in mind, and they end as well with the customers and the success of the product. A project manager, for instance, does not really care about the success of the product. Their own KPIs or criteria that they look out for is the budget, the scope, the quality, and all that, and making sure that everything that stakeholders say they want, they tick. So they are looking to satisfy the stakeholder. While product mindset, they are looking to make sure that an actual need is actually being met for the customer. So they start their own journey from, first of all, validating the problem. So say, for instance, if I want to build a product now, so I give example, I want to build a product, and I know I want to build a product. As the product manager of that product, the first thing I need to do is to be sure that that problem really exists. So I feel that in the UK, right, there's no platform, or let me use what problem can I use that I can use to give a scenario of building a product? If I say like, there's no, okay, let me use one of the products we built and I'll be launching soon to explain. In the UK, right, I don't know if you guys can relate. A lot of people attend boot camps, but a lot of people don't have time to apply to jobs. Who agrees or disagrees with me? A lot of people apply, they attend bootcamp, they do their CV, they do that, but they don't have that time to apply to jobs. Guess why? Because some of them are tied down by a domiciliary job somewhere, or tied down by a job somewhere, or childcare, or this or that. That's a problem, right? And then this particular problem, how do we solve the problem? First of all, we need to validate the problem. How do we validate the problem? By speaking with potential job seekers who are, so I need to do an interview first of potential users or whatever. Do you always, so I do a survey, do you always have a problem applying to job? What is the reason? Would you like, so I do like a user survey or I do user interviews to be sure that this problem actually exists. And after this is done, after I've validated the problem, then there's a product vision that needs to be, there's strategy, there's a bit of strategy, product vision and all that goes into product development that is not in project management. And then after I've done this, at every point, I need to also go back again to revalidate that, all the features or whatever that I feel will solve that problem is also included. And then they use the agile methodology to iterate, they test, iterate, and go back again. So, and in this particular product-led environments, they work directly with the engineers, the developers from the start down to the end of the product development journey. So the developer is also a part of the journey from the start. So you also get to build in a product mind. So all those products led you used to hear here and there, you get to actually hear this. And a lot of people, who go through products management experience always end up becoming founders, because everything you need to become a founder is all already in the framework of product development. So most of the CEOs that you see, the CEOs of Facebook, CEOs of Apple, they were all product managers first before they became, can we mute ourselves please, before they eventually became CEOs, founders. If you look,
$525.
Please, let's mute. Oh, yeah, Diron, please mute yourself. All right, cool. So, where was I? That's the reason why it's not good to unmute yourself, because you let the speaker lose their line of thoughts. What did I say? What was the last thing I said? About product development, right? Right. So the product manager does not just end at delivering. Yeah, so they become founders and CEOs in the long run as well. It's like a path that can lead you to starting your own business. And guess what? If you look at the Global Talents Visa, a lot of people that get these Global Talents Visas, a lot of product managers, Scrum Masters, they get the Global Talents Visa. Why? Because one of the criteria, even if not a product manager, you need to have worked in a product-led environment, a product-led company, or worked on the products to actually get the Global Talents Visa under the tech category. Right. So that's another reason to look at exploring, this career path as well. And again, like I said, in product management, they go beyond just delivering and ticking all the boxes, budgets, tick, time, tick, we delivered on time, we delivered on budget. Product managers actually go the extra mile by doing analysis. They do competitor because they are more interested in the product success as well as customers. So they do product analysis, they do, they go even post launch, down to launch, they do go to market strategy, customer analysis, market analysis, this and that. They check other products that are in the market. How are they performing? What are the features they have? And then they also have KPI sets that they need to tick for the product success as well. That's why a lot of product managers, they also get commission in addition to their salaries based on the KPIs they are meeting for their products. So that there's also two angles of product management. There's one for new products, building from start, and there's another one for managing existing products as well. Anyway, all this you will learn if you join the bootcamp, because I'm not a product manager trainer, but I have a very good knowledge of all these roles, as you can tell. Right. So who can join this course? Anybody who is looking to work in a product-led environment, to gain practical experience as a product owner or Scrum Master, that wants to position themselves for visa sponsorship, that wants to become entrepreneurs or business owners, because you need to build your own products. And that's why that takes me and reminds me of something I was supposed to have said since, which is our events start happening in 14 days time. We have an event happening in London. For those of you that are in London or close to London or can travel to London, make sure you don't miss this event. We have just about 5 slots or so to go. At these events, our goal at RKY Careers, just like every other support we provide to our students and our alumni community and our community at large, is to expose people to other ways they can leverage their tech skills to have a fulfilling life, to get visa sponsorship, to also attain their UK settlements or other form of relocation they might be looking to get, and also get a successful career or even business as well. So the goal for us at LWB 2.0, which is limitless without borders, is to showcase to you other ways that you can be limitless, without borders. So we have about 6 or 7 global talents beneficiaries who would be attending these events and sharing their journey, their unique and separate journey. Some got it as entrepreneurs, some got it as tech professionals. All this and the ways they got it, you would learn or get to know at the event. So if you are yet to book your slots for that, it's just £10. This £10 is not close to the value you get, just like every other thing we offer, right? The value you will get is way more than this £10. Actually, this is like a CSR for us. However, we don't want people to just book seats and not come, because I don't need to commit myself. I just need to go there, tick, tick, tick. And then I feel that my 200-seater hall is filled up, and then I close registration. And then I get there that day and see that it's just myself and I. That's the reason why we have that £10 registration fee. So make sure that you don't miss it. Make plans to attend. Right. So this is to show you other ways you can also leverage your tech skills beyond trying to get a job. A lot of people try to get job. Some people even already have jobs, but what other ways can you also still leverage it? How can you build a tech product? You will hear from those that have done that successfully. So talking about Scrum Master product owner, before we lose track of our thoughts, these are the kind of roles you can apply to as a Scrum Master. Do you know what? The Scrum Master Products Manager roles are actually very highly paid out there. And if you look at all the boot camps that offer Scrum related trainings as a standalone, not even combo like this that you're getting, there is always nothing less than £1,000. If they're even offering less than £1,000, it's because of pressure from people like us that are offering it as £599. And we are not just offering it out of pressure. We want to make things affordable, as well as also still deliver quality, because results and excellence is our own watchword at RKY Careers. So, Scrum Master, Agile Coach, Program Manager, Agile Delivery Manager, Change Manager, Release Manager, those are the kind of roles you can apply for if you're interested in Scrum. Also under Product Owner, we've got Product Owner, Products Manager, Portfolio Manager, Technical Products Manager, Development Manager, and many more under Products Management. We can't capture all the roles because every other day they are bringing out or defining or creating a new combination of roles. Automation Analyst, Transformation Analyst, this and that. There are so many roles out there, right, that you can explore. Sometimes when you're also trying to apply to jobs, put your skill sets rather than the title that you already know, because there are some roles that might be hiding because you don't know the title they have used to name the job. So what are the tools or skill sets you will gain in our products management, Scrum Master, projects management, and business analysis bootcamp? You get to work with Basecamp, work with ClickUp, Draw.io, Visio, Balsamic, Jira, Whimsical, and many more. Of course, talking about the value, you already know the drill. If I wanted to value it based on what you get, the weekly interview. So this course comes with weekly interview prep, and you also get to be exposed to other areas, that are related to these roles. So the start date for the next course is also 6th of July. Apologies for this. There's an error on this date. 6th of July, the same day with Scrum Master Product Owner, and you can secure your slots in 3 installments: $199 today, $200 June ending, and $200 July ending. Isn't that fantastic? At no breaking the bank cost, or what do they call it? And then you get to enjoy a class in Scrum Master, Product Owner, live projects working on products development, career support session, weekly interview prep, post bootcamp supports, all for £599. To be honest, it's a giveaway price. Right. So I've got a guest today who is going to be speaking with us. I'm sure she's been on the course since 2 o'clock when we started. Thanks for still staying on the call. right? Even though you already have your success story. So we're going to allow, I don't know, I'm going to drop the mic now and hand over to Shemilore. Okay, so for those ask, can we drop the link to the events on the group admin? Someone is asking about the registration and the dates. 15th of June is when it's happening. Shemilore, are you there?
Yes, I am here. Yes, thank you very much, Ruki. Hello, everyone. My name is Shemilore. I recently completed the RKY Product Manager Scrum Master Bootcamp, and what in one word, what I would simply say it was really amazing. It started off with the first, as Vicky has explained, the first few weeks being like learning about product management and Scrum Master and all that it entails. So let me go into details. So you're gonna be learning about product discovery. As a product manager, you know that you're not just supposed to go there and just start developing product and launching it out. You're meant to like understand your customers, how to conduct that whole process. So you're going to be learning about that. Then it goes further into the product strategy, where you're going to learn how to market your product, how to make sure that your product stands out in the market. So like your unique proposition, features that your competitors are not doing basically in the market. You're going to be learning all of that. Then the next stage, you go to product development. How do I prioritize features? What are the steps necessary in prioritizing features? How do I ensure that my MVP, which is the minimum viable product, is great? It's something that the market wants, or it's something that is unique in the market. Then lastly, it goes to the launch strategy, right? So as we're going to be learning about your GTM, your go-to-market strategy. So that's in the early stage of the bootcamp. So any form of, it does not matter whether you're coming from a background that's product-led or not. So whatever form of background you're coming from, it gives a foundational learning process where everyone is on the same level. You're not going ahead of each other. Everyone's on the same level. The courses are well detailed to allow anyone to really catch up. But I think for me, one thing I really found useful was really the practical aspect. You know, it's very easy for most of us that probably attended then you get into the workplace and you start fumbling, right? So with this program, it really allows you to, whatever you've learned, you're going to be practicalizing it through the practical aspect. So you're going to be giving, like, as if you're working in a typical organization, you have your projects you're going to work on, and then you start executing it. So everything you have learned, you're going to now have the opportunity to execute it like you are in the corporate work environment, which is, most boot camps at the offer anything like that. And another thing that's very important is that, as you're learning, you're not just learning by yourself. You're not just left in isolation to just like figure things out by yourself. There is sufficient support there. So you have your tutors available to support you, but not only that, you also have your support teams are there to guide you along the way. So whenever you are doing the practical aspect in an organization, you hardly you meet your manager for every single thing you are finding difficulty in. But in this instance, you have the opportunity of going to meet someone that's constantly there to reiterate whatever has been learned and explain it to you again so that you get the full benefits out of it. So that part is so great. And the fact that after the bootcamp is done, you literally have an evidence of your work. Like there is a tangible evidence of what you've done in that process. I think it's also amazing. You can also add it to your portfolio, your personal portfolio, that could help your product management or Scrum Master experience. And lastly, one thing I really like or enjoyed about this whole process is the career support after. So you're going to be assisted in your LinkedIn optimization, in preparing for your interviews. Very important, because I had an interview during the course of my program, and really the bootcamp really gave me the confidence to go into that interview. As I could really go and meet my tutor, like, how do I prepare for this first stage of the interview? This next stage is coming up. What are the strategies? What are the tips and the tricks and all of that? So you have all of those benefits there for you. But in essence, basically what I'm really saying is that if you're new, whether you're a newbie or you're kind of experienced, the bootcamp is still very good, as it gives you all the practical insight and theoretical insight you need to excel in your product management career. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and congratulations once again, Shemilore, on your new job. I'm excited for you. So thanks. She has shared, our journey. You have not only you can hear all of them, even in this boot camp that is a bit different as well. They've got their support officers that are with them through the development journey. They've also got their facilitators, that are also with them all through. You can hear her talking confidently, be like, how long has she even been a product manager herself? She's already telling us about computer analysis, this and that. Very soon they'll soon start teaching me. Right. So thank you so much. So yeah, so there you have it. I don't know, let me attend to one or two questions that we might have in the chat box before we proceed. So if you have any questions so far on anything we have said, please drop your question. Thanks again, Shemilore, for honoring our invite to speak, today. Okay, so can we also drop payments links for first installments for the 50% and the first installments for the 3 installments as well? So when is data analysis starting? June 29th. I have made payments through the link. Thank you for that. So the bootcamp is about 4 months altogether. You are right. RKY. Hello, RKY. RKY alumnus that just speak with their success stories gave me an encouragement to be registered with you in this next course. Please, all these benefits listed so should not be jeopardized, because we've had a lot of tech trainers that did not fulfill their promises after enrollments. Right, that's the difference with RKY. We've been doing this for like over 3 years now, right? And it's even getting better. That's just the truth. You heard, was it Joanna that said it, that even after they were done, there was still an additional course that we invited everybody to come attend for free in Power BI. So there's nothing here that I say. Well, I'm not part of those that are very good with sugarcoating. I'm sure probably you would already know that I'm not so good with, and that's why I let people to come and also talk about their experience in their own words, because what I know is what I would offer. But I also let you know that you need to play your part. I will tell you that when you pay, job is automatic. It's not automatic. You need to play your part. You need to learn. Right. So thanks, and thanks once again for registering. We can't wait to see you in class. Right. So I've made my payments. Kindly check through. Thank you. Okay, links to the last product demo. Okay, I wish there's a recording to let my wife watch later. So there will be a recording on our YouTube channel. Can we drop the link to the YouTube channel as well? Please, let's all subscribe so we can catch up on what we've missed and other sessions that are related to this. If you go to our YouTube, you see that we've been saying these same things I'm saying today for the past, it's just even getting juicier and better now. And we've been keeping our word, as you can see people testify, because you can hear people that have just finished their bootcamp or even yet to finish their bootcamp also testifying to this. So Chuku says, I have made payments for 50% data analysis and I've sent a mail to that effect. So thanks for that. I look forward to seeing you in class on the 29th of June. When is data analysis starting? 29th of June. Right. So you also get a mail about the recording maybe tomorrow. Monday, when the recording is processed already. How long does the courses last? I mean, duration. It depends on the one you want to join. Data analysis is 10 weeks. Project management and business analysis is 3 months. Scrum Master and product owner, it's 4 months. It's 4 months as well. How much is data? All our courses are going on at a discount at £599. However, the installment plan you can enjoy depends on the start dates. For June cohorts, you can split into 2. For July cohorts, you can split into 3 installments. Okay, good afternoon, ma. So sorry, I'm just joining. Please, for someone that a visa expires in August, is it possible to get guidance on how to get a standard CV and LinkedIn, at least something one can apply for job with, since class starts end of June? So we have standalone services in CV, LinkedIn, interview prep, and all that. However, bear in mind that getting visa sponsorship is not just about having a good CV. Good CV in a field that has potential to give you sponsorship. Right. And also, the market is very competitive. You need to be strategic. You need to have a plan. However, you get nothing to lose anyways if you invest in optimizing your CV for, the role you intend to apply for. Is it possible to have the recording of this session? I think I've responded to that. Please send the registration for the London events. I think that's been pasted right under as well. My shift pattern sometimes falls during the weekends, and I do night shifts. How can I be able to catch up if I don't meet up with the training schedule? Just like Adedayo said, there are people that have engagements weekends. There are people that have engagements, We have the LMS where you can always catch up. Recordings are uploaded into the LMS within 48 hours of class. You can go back to watch the recordings and catch up on classes that you've missed. Even when you get a job, you can still go to your LMS to watch and catch up on one or two things as well. What's the difference in the role of a business analyst and product manager? Right. So business analysts are solution providers. They work on requirement elicitation and all that. They work either on the products related mindset or the projects mindset. A products manager works on the product's life cycle from the start to the finish, depending on the framework being used as well. Sometimes the role of a business analyst and products manager are intertwined. However, a product manager can do the work of a business analyst. Right, because if a product does not have a business analyst on it, a product manager can do it. In fact, let me even put it this way. Product manager can actually do the job of a project manager, business analyst, and why? So because the role it has the product mindset, and that's why lots of CEOs and new startups always employ product managers, because they are more lean. Right, and then when the company start getting bigger, they can now so a product can have different project phases also attached to it. It's a lot more complicated, but I would advise that you try to join the bootcamp to learn more about it as well. Right, but business analysts, you can also go to our brochure to read more about the respective courses. Right, however, the roles are a bit intertwined depending on the methodology being used as well. What if you're unable to pay for the product management now today? What are the options? So if you are not able to pay today, you can still pay in 3 installments if you'll be paying your first installments before the middle of June. The most important thing is our final installments must come in the month the course starts, which is July. So if you don't pay if you want to pay 2 installments, you can pay June ending, July ending. That's still acceptable. So there's still enough time to enroll. However, the earlier you secure your slots, the more you can split it. I don't know if that explains better for Larry. Is that not duplication of roles, considering the fact that both of them do document elicitation with the stakeholders? Thanks for that question. Like I said, most companies will not employ product manager and business analyst on the same projects. They would have either of them. Right. However, don't forget that we have business analysts can work on projects, they can work on process improvements, and they can work on products, while products managers can only work on products. That also is another difference the roles have. Please, at what interval do you hold the data analysis and business intelligence? So all our classes are every 2 months. So we have June cohorts. The next will be August for data analysis. For projects management, we had a cohort in May. The next one is July. After July, the next one is September, I think. Right. So just try to calculate it like that every 2 months. Please, at what interval? Okay, think about that. Is your project manager certificate acceptable by PMI? Does PMIs though accept certificates? Or I don't know what you mean by that. Right. PMI is a standalone body. It's just like saying, does our data analyst bootcamp, does it replace ICANN or ACC? No, it does not. Our bootcamp is CPD UK and other accreditation we have endorsed. However, it does not replace PMI. But if you have PMI and you don't have practical work experience, it will be difficult for you to land the job. So the advice is always that gain practical work experience first, then you can do PMI, because for you to do PMI, you need to have experience on your CV. The CV you would have at the end of the bootcamp. You can now use this experience you gain from the bootcamp to now write PMI, because PMI is not for people that don't have experience in project management. I don't know if that answers your question. What fields have high potential of visa sponsorship, data management, or what fields? They all have high potential. Somebody today might get data analyst sponsorship. Another person will get project management. You heard Joanna say she got visa sponsorship from Maru, right? And and she's in project management. Some other people is in data analysis. All of them have potential for sponsorship. It depends on your personal interest as well, and the one you will do better at and learn later. But don't forget, for you to get visa sponsorship, you need to qualify for the job and even be the best person for that job first before you get the visa sponsorship that will now come with it. So don't chase visa sponsorship, rather chase, being the best to land the job, and then you can get visa sponsorship thereafter. Right. Can I register for data and business intelligence at once? Yes, it's a 2-in-1 course. It's the same course. What's the difference between data governance analyst and data analyst? Data governance analyst, is data governance analyst. Right. Why data analysis? Data governance analysis is more in the line of data governance, data quality, data control. Right. Why data analyst is just a data analyst that is analyzing data and all that. Why a data governance analyst, could be working on GDPR related stuff, data protection or data quality. You ensure that there's data quality, data integrity, and governance as well. Right. So if you've paid as well for the course, you will enjoy CV and LinkedIn service as well. Please, I did a research and found that the WEF said a few years from now, products management role will decline, probably go to extinction. To be honest, I don't know what WEF says, but what I know about product management role is that a lot of companies are going lean, and because they're going lean, they're actually tilting towards getting products managers who can do both the work of a project manager and business analyst. There are roles, and we're having more startups. The more startups you get, startups have products, especially tech startups. And because of that, they would usually employ a product manager over a business analyst. And because they're also lean, they're just starting, they're building a new product. They don't want to just have a whole wide payroll. They rather get somebody that's, you don't forget, based on everything we've said, products managers do, from Chemilore's explanation and mine. Anybody that has a product manager on their team will probably have a successful, especially if you have a good one, right? You will probably be making money because they are more interested in validating the products first before going on to start the project, down to ensuring that they are taking feedback from the users from time after time, right? And also monitoring the products even at the end of launch. Why for project managers and business analysts, after the project has been handed over to stakeholders, it's not their business anymore. But that does not mean that there are no demand for all these roles out there. Don't be deceived. There are roles out there. Shemilore just got a product manager role, and so can you. So depending on the one that you are really interested in, forget about what anybody is saying about what research. Don't forget the skill sets you get out of this skill set. Even if that role goes, they've been saying some roles will go extinct, but they've not really gone extinct. What is happening is that some new roles are coming out that has a bit of that role and another role. Accounting, for instance. This is accounting is going extinct, but some of us are still like accounting professionals, but we are not accountants because the role accountants is not really paying high anymore. But with the accounting skills and data analysis skill sets, you can still apply for finance analyst related roles. So there will still always be a demand for this skill set you have. The roles might change over time, or the skill sets and the usefulness of those skill sets won't change. Larry, did I answer your question? So, in the absence of any more questions, I'll go back to my slide now. I want to talk a bit about Excel and PowerPoint. So Excel and PowerPoint is like an in-demand skill set that everybody needs to have. Guess how much it costs? I don't even need to talk much. It's just £75. And guess what you'll be able to do at the end of the bootcamp, of the training? You'll be able to use pivot tables, do VLOOKUPs. You'll be able to do a whole lot of things. It's an 8 weeks. This training, I think this is the last quarter I should offer this training at this course because I think it's too cheap, to be honest. Because you're able to do a lot of things. You're able to build beautiful dashboards. You're able to use advanced Excel and also be able to use PowerPoint such that when you get your next interview, the lack of Excel skills will not be the reason why you won't land the job, or the lack of PowerPoint skills will not be the reason why you lose that offer after all the technical expertise you have. Please do not sit on this. And guess what? You can do this alongside any of our courses. Classes hold 2 to 4 p.m. before any other class. So if you are registered in PMBA, you can also be doing Excel. Such that when you are finished like this, just like, is it Joanna? You have your plan that, everything I want to learn, I want to use the next 4 months to learn everything. So that when you are finished, when you are done like this, you are hot cake. And you have 2 new certifications on your CV as well to show that you have career progression plans and interests. So I think that's all I'll say about Excel and PowerPoint. The next cohort starts next week, Saturday, 8th of June. Please don't miss it. Just like our other courses, we have a very interesting, facilitator who knows his onions as well. And, it's a very interactive class. You work on individual projects. You also work on group projects, just like the data analysis. It's just that you won't learn other tools like Power BI, Tableau, and all that. So the next thing I'll talk about is compliance. I don't know, do we have anybody here that is interested to know about compliance, or should we call it a day? Compliance, KYC, AML, data protection, GDPR. Do we have anybody here that is interested in that? Right. Thank you, Anoya, for confirming that I still have audience. Oh, Ayobami, thank you. If you register for the data course, is Excel embedded? Of course. Advanced Excel. Basic to advanced Excel is in the data as well. So if you are going for data analysis, don't bother going for Excel. But I mean, for the purpose of the PowerPoints anyways. But even on the Excel, on the data, you get free PowerPoints. We have a recorded course already in PowerPoints that you also get to enjoy. So if you are going for data analysis, don't worry about Excel, because you also learn it in your data analysis bootcamp. Right, so talking about compliance, I see that I still have a couple of people who are interested. This is a 5 weeks course, Saturdays only, 4 to 6 p.m. Why pursue a career in compliance? There's a high demand for compliance professionals because compliance, almost all industries are regulated. And for every industry that is regulated, there has to be somebody that will monitor and compliance and adherence to these regulations. I don't know, based on your industry, can you tell me who your regulator is in your industry? Let's do another. I think it's been a while we did an assignment. Who are the regulators for the current industry you work in? Who is your regulator? Do we know what regulators mean? Regulators are those that, guide the operations of your industry. CBN, NIBS, that's Nigerian banks. Right, thanks for that. Mine is OISC. What's OISC, please? What is your regulator? If you're in health and care, you guys have a regulator. If you don't know your regulator, that's not good enough. All industries have their regulator. CQC, I currently work as a healthcare support worker. You're right. CQC, you're very right. For the health and care industry, guys. Nobody here works in UK financial institutions. Office of Immigration Services Commissioner. Okay, fantastic. So, yeah, so we've got a couple of regulators in the UK financial institutions. We've got Bank of England. We've got FCA. So yeah, all industries have regulators, and these regulators, what they do is to put together a set of guidelines that should guide the operations and activities in that industry, and there has to be somebody in place to ensure that this is followed. These people are called compliance professionals. So the different regulators sometimes as well are different. Sometimes it could be KYC related regulations. Sometimes it could be data protection related regulations. Sometimes it could be anti-money laundering related regulations. It could be combating financial terrorism. It could be sanctions as well. So depending on this, the roles for a compliance professionals might also be different from industry to industry. So this is why compliance, because people will need to consume financial products and services, right? And if they need to do this, they need to comply. We need to have KYC analysts. We need to have compliance analysts that would check their documents, that would ensure everything on file is perfect and up to date. So there's high demand for compliance professionals. There's career stability as well. It's not part of those roles that something is going to come and disrupt. They still need human beings, right, to ensure that things are done, the way it's supposed to go. Right, regardless of the economic situation, recession or whatever, banks will still exist, KYC will still be required, compliance will still be required. People will still buy houses, there will still be law firms will still need AML officers to check the funds of people that want to send mortgage deposits to their accounts and all that. Right, so global relevance. Of course, across industries, companies, countries, there are compliance professionals required across. Competitive compensation as well, professional growth. It's also a career path where you can start as a KYC analyst today, and tomorrow you might be the chief compliance officer, you might be the MLRO, depending on your interest and the career progression you pursue in that industry or in that role. Global regulatory trends as well. You get to stay up to date with the global regulatory trend. So the next start dates, and ignore this slide as well. The next start dates for the next cohort of our KYC compliance bootcamp is June 29th, the same day as the data analyst. So you can pay twice as well. First installment now or early June, and the second installment end of June. This course covers 4 main modules: KYC, AML, financial crime and sanction, GDPR, and data protection. You also get interview prep as well as part of the program, and then you also get to work on cases for practical work experience, just like in other boot camps. So you get assigned cases to solve in AML, in KYC, and others as well, to actually give you that practical work experience in the role. So these are some success stories we've had so far from our different boot camps. I mean, these are just a few more success stories. The cost of this boot camp as well is $599, just like the others. And you can pay in 2 installments for the June 29th cohorts. So I think, that has brought me to the end of today's session. I don't know, do we have any questions at all that is yet to be answered? So please, if you are sitting on the fence, please do not sit on the fence. DPR for oil and gas. Thanks, Larry. I've paid for the first installment of data analysis, but I also paid for Excel. Right. So if you don't want to, you can send us an email and we would attend to this, on the email. Maybe not today because we have set of classes to moderate now. Maybe on Monday when we are back. What time of the day is the compliance class? So compliance class holds only on Saturday, 4 to 6 p.m. From the compliance bootcamp, we have people share success story from data governance and analyst to data privacy analyst to compliance analyst to KYC analyst, to CDD analyst. That's client due diligence. That's also enhanced due diligence analyst. What are the roles? Compliance analysts with law firms, with financial institutions, with insurance companies, with UK boroughs and councils. Right. So these are areas people have landed jobs, where you can also land jobs as well. I think I answered your question, Miracle, that if you have shift patterns that fall on weekends, you can rely on our LMS, just like Adedayo shared during his own success story, that he had to go back to watch recordings because he was busy during the bootcamp. So I think I've answered all the questions. Please, if you drop the link to the YouTube, let's subscribe to the YouTube so that we can watch all the recording. Will it clash with the data analysis class? Yes, it will. The data analysis is 5 to 7, and compliance is 4 to 6. So the only one that won't clash is Excel. So I would advise you, if you want to gain analytical skills, maybe you can do Excel and PowerPoint as well as compliance bootcamp. Cool. So do we have any more questions? In the absence of any more questions, admin, can you please drop the link to our YouTube channel so people can subscribe, so they can get recordings of these sessions and other insightful sessions we might also have. They can be notified when it's dropped. So I think that's about it, guys. I don't know. Are there any other questions related to anything we've learned today, related to tech, related to...
Yeah, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Henry.
Please, how much is for the data analysis course?
£599.
Okay. So you said
all our
this
bootcamps are
starts on
$599.
29th of this month.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yes, and you can pay twice. First
What is the total duration?
10 weeks.
Okay, 10 weeks. Everything.
Yes, please.
Okay.
But you still
Thank
continue
you so
to
much.
get bi-weekly interview prep even after the 10 weeks.
Okay.
So I'll take a couple of questions I have in the chat box again.
Please, when is the deadline for the first installment?
So if you still want to pay in 2 installments, you need to make first installments, because you must make the final one by June ending. So it's up to you, really. If you feel that you don't want to split it, you can just pay the full amount June ending.
Okay. So what
Yeah,
if
so
one
it's,
does not have the complete money to pay before then or something? What happens?
so, sorry?
I say if one does not have the complete money to pay and just have 50%, what happens?
So that's why you should pay the 15 installments now, so that you can now pay the balance then, right?
Wow. Okay.
So pay the 50% between now and like mid of June, and then you can pay the balance then. However, if you have a unique case of whatever, you can chat with the numbers on the screen, the numbers,
Okay,
our
no
WhatsApp
problem.
numbers, yeah, or send us a mail or something.
Okay.
Thank you. So I worked as food production operative and I studied industrial chemistry. What course in IT can I do? I think it has to be based on interest. What course in IT are you interested in? I would say one course that does not really take people away too far from their background is data analysis, because there's an analytical side of all the roles. So even if you want to, I'm sure that there will be an analyst related part of your role, because we've actually explained all the roles that we have we offer at RKY one after the other. So you would have found the one that relates with what you really are interested in if you joined earlier. However, still, you can still do data analysis. Because if I say you should go into products management or projects management, that might be a bit too far from where you're. Although it's not like you can't, it depends on you. That's why I said it depends on what you really want to do. But if you ask me that which course, based on this little knowledge I have, because it's very little, that which one should you go for? I would say you should probably explore data analysis. Yes, my question is not yet answered. Olafibos, what's your question?
Sorry,
Interview prep. I got an interview offer so we have a standalone interview prep that you can book if you have an interview before the boot camp. The one for the boot camp comes as a group session. That's the one that comes immediately after the boot camp, and then you now have drop-in sessions after it. But if you have an interview that is happening 5th of June, right, you can book a standalone. So we offer standalone services in CV, LinkedIn, interview prep, and other services that have nothing to do with the boot camps.
Hello.
Right. Is the business analysis different from business analyst training? Just wanting to know which one it is. So business analysis, I don't get the question because it's the same thing. Business analysis and business analyst, right? But there's business intelligence analyst and data analyst. That's different from business analysis and project management. Are there resources one can leverage and for how long? Yes. So you have access to our LMS and other resources for up to 12 months. Also, you can also continue to join our drop-in sessions and other support sessions that we hold even after, there's no limits to that, really. How long is the BA program? BA program is 4 months. It comes as well with project management. So you get to learn project management and business analysis. And then you get to work on a project for practical work experience. And get career support, interview prep, mentorship, and all that as well. Does it include professional body exam registration? No, it doesn't, because there are a couple of different professional bodies out there. However, at the end, because this profession, like BCS, for instance, all you need to do is like 1 week or so to sit down, read. Our alumni have also gone ahead after the bootcamp to write these exams. So you can always sit down and read and pass the exams. However, the focus of our bootcamp is practical work experience, although you also still get a certificate of completion from us at the end of the bootcamp. I don't know if that answers your question, Augustine. When is the deadline for first installments for product management? How will the product management, how long will it run for? It would also run for 4 months. 7 weeks of classes in Scrum and product management and product owner. 2 months on projects, career support session, and weekly interview prep after as well. How long does it run for? Up to 4 months. What's the duration of job experience you guys provide if I register for data analysis to include in my CV? Right, thanks for that question. So it depends on your CV really, but we don't give more than like up to, because we know that you gain, up to like a year of experience. However, not limited to the experience we would give you. We would also optimize your previous experience to highlight the data analysis or relevant experience to the role you want to apply for, to make sure that you land it. I don't know if that makes sense. Say, for instance, we are going to give you your most recent experience in the role you are trying to apply for. However, your previous experience as well would highlight the transferable skills or that part of the experience that is related to the new role you want to apply for, such that you are not just coming with your experience with us alone. Even your experience, your previous experience would also showcase heavy because, say for instance, if your previous role was admin, whatever, no two admins do the same thing on their job. So you can be an admin on a project-related environment where you are doing more project support. So that is what we would show on your CV, such that because we would just because we know that during the project phase, you've gained experience you can defend. Right. I don't know if that makes sense. And Sarah, what's the duration of Excel and PowerPoint program? It's 8 weeks. It happens 2 to 4 p.m. Saturday and Sundays for the Excel and PowerPoint. Thank you for your answers. You're welcome, Augustine. ERP project management. What course are you supposed to learn? I don't understand your question. Miracle. I was considering data analysis before now, but the BA and PM is enticing courses, double barrel, and some company offer them as separate courses. Yes, they do offer it as separate courses, but I would say that you should search inside yourself. Which one do you really want? Is it data analysis or is it project management or business analysis? Okay, I think, I've been talking since 2:00. And I think I've answered all the questions. I've done any question I'm yet to answer. Please drop us a message on Instagram or on our WhatsApp numbers, and we would attend to them. I don't know. I have somebody raising their hand. Is it from a previous time or is it?
No,
it's
sorry.
From
can you
now.
hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear me, please?
Olatubosu, yes, we can hear you.
Hi, Ruki.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So first of all, thanks so much for the amazing presentation. Amazing. I'm really blown away, to be honest. Yeah. My interest is has to do with the KYC AML thing. Yeah. But what I want to find out is can I sign up for it? But because of my time schedule, can I rely solely on the LMS instead of the live classes after payment? Is that okay?
Yes, so you can. So yeah, you can, especially for that course because it's a 5 weeks course. It's really short. It's a 5 weeks course. It's really short and it's not really practical. Like it's not like a typing, like a learning the tool kind of course. It's more of a listening, reasoning, and doing further research kind of course.
Sure. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
You're welcome, Seidu. Dada Toluwalope. You also have your hand up. After Dada's question.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time. Yeah, so I just want to get more clarity on the CV and CV optimization part and the LinkedIn optimization part. Mm-hmm. So is it that is when we are done with the class, that's after 4 months that we can get to benefit from that?
Okay.
And
thanks for.
Yeah. So and if it's just till then, so because I feel like between that 4 months, one might want to actually start to apply for jobs by themselves before the end of the class. So I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that, or you have to pay for a separate package to get that.
Okay, I'll explain that. Okay. So the way the bootcamp is structured, the work experience phase usually comes after you've learned the theoretical phase, right? And if you do not gain the practical work experience, then we won't be adding it to your CV. And there's no point in doing CV twice, giving you one before you gain the practical experience and giving you another one after. So that's why we have a structure. We have a time frame for like a potential time frame for delivery of everything. So you get your CV towards the end of your project delivery. That's when you get your CV, because that's even when the support for interviews and every other thing will materialize as well. So we need to follow that structure for everything to be organized. If we start giving you CV and then you start having interviews, you will need more help, and then that would drain us because we won't be able to focus on the parts we are at for every other person. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yes, sir.
However, if you need a CV, we have people like Joanna now. I'm not even sure that our colleagues have gotten their CVs, but she's gotten a job because she was very intentional. And she started applying to jobs earlier. So if you want us to do a CV for you that is not related to the experience you are gaining with us, you can apply for a CV to be done for you as a standalone service. Or you could do your CV yourself and be trying to apply to jobs. However, the work experience is tied to you gaining the experience. If not, it will just turn us to people sending references, really. And that's not who we are.
Okay, and so please, how much does that cost?
It's just £50 to do your CV. And if you want to do it as a combo of two with your LinkedIn, it's £90. It's supposed to be 50-50 separately, but if you're doing it together, it's 90.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, please. The class time is what time to what time? Sorry. You said weekends.
Oh, which
is that
one
Saturday and Sunday for data analysis and
5 to 7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. For data analysis, it's just 10 weeks, by the way. So I think for data analysis as well, you can decide to fast pace yourself. All the materials you need are there. All the projects to be completed are there as well. So once you are done, don't wait. Some people pile on their projects till the end. So once you are done with Excel, do your Excel projects. Once you are done with Power BI, do your Power BI projects. Once you are done, such that by the end of the 10 weeks like this, you are 100% ready to apply to jobs.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you all for attending, and I really appreciate all your presence. Like we've said, do not sit on the fence. If for anything at all, just as a personal development goal, try to acquire a new in-demand skill this 2024, because we don't even know what is coming in 2025, right? And you don't want to start learning from, for instance, if there's a new tool, you already have a base knowledge, and then you can always develop on that knowledge if there are new disruptions and all that. But you don't want to be caught like in 2000, right, when everybody else is in 2024. So if it's just to upskill yourself, enroll for the Excel training. £75 is something you can use to buy just maybe a bag or something. So make sure that you enroll for something, invest in yourself, because this is a skill-based environment, really. And it's what we also have people as well that they're already in the job, but they want to change their role within that company, or they want to get promotion, and then they enroll for the bootcamp, and they're able to qualify for other roles even within the company as well. So the opportunities and the ways you can leverage, or is it the global talent opportunity you can explore as well, right? There's so many things you can explore with tech skills, so you don't want to sit on it. Secure your slots as soon as you can. Make sure you also attend the event we're having in London on the 15th of June. Make sure you don't miss it, right? Because it's going to be mind-blowing as well. And and when you enroll, when you come to the other side, apply yourself. Make the time out, because it depends on you. Do you want to be part of those, join bootcamp, and at the end of the bootcamp you go back to your care job, or you want to make sure that you get the best out of it and get that transformation you really want? So I'm rooting for all of you. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in class, come June 29th, come July 6th, depending on the course you're joining. And thanks all for attending. So cheers, guys. Have a great weekend.